Welcome back to Hook Fishing, everybody. This is fan mail number 18, but before I open this package, yes, there has not been a lot of fishing content this month. January has turned out to be not the easiest month for me to make content, partly because of the weather and some other things that have happened that I've had to deal with, but things are getting back to normal. All right, so we have an actual one really cool fan mail package here to go through, but we're going to do that at the end. First, we're going to look at some things that I've purchased for myself this month. I promise they're going to be interesting. Hopefully, right? Let's see what this is first. Now, this is an unhooking mat for carp. It's the new one. Some of you may remember me talking about getting a new one. Well, it finally got here. This is the second new one. The first new one never made it to me because it got lost in the mail. So this is off of Amazon. It wasn't real expensive. Wasn't real cheap either, but not expensive at all. This is a lot cushier than the old one, and it's not the kind that rolls up. The other one is a roll up, so when you try to unroll it, it doesn't lay flat. As you can see, this will lay flat. Now, we're not getting rid of the old one. We're using that for catfish. I would not use a nice one, a nice unhooking mat for cats, because cats tear them up. But unhooking mats for catfish are a good idea if you do what I do. You keep them clean for the photos if you do IG or something like that, and for the video. And if you drop the fish and you're holding it over the unhooking mat, it doesn't get hurt because it hits the mat. Other things other than carp unhooking mats that you can use for catfish are like yoga mats, stuff like that. I'll put that to the side. I think that's going to work out good. So what we got here. All right, the next two packages are going to be fairly utilitarian, but a lot of guys are not going to know what this is. Utilitarian, that's what it is. Whoa! Check it out. These are for organizing. Organizing what, you might wonder. Some guys know what these are already, though they're smaller than what you might be used to. These are line keepers. If you do any kind of Tenkara fishing, micro fishing, or you fish with black widows a lot, or crappie busters, you need a line keeper. Now, over the years, we would use something a little different, maybe made out of bamboo or plastic that is a rectangle shape that you wind a line around to keep it on. But those are out of stock in most places right now. So these are from the fly fishing world. It's a piece of round foam. You wrap the line around. Now, I got a case of them. These I bought specifically for micro fishing to keep. And what is it? You got 8, so it's 16. 8 per side and 16 of them. Now, you might say that I'm overdoing it here, because here we go. More of the same. These are bigger, not expensive. Here we go. These are just loose in a bag. But wait, this is why you might say I'm overdoing it, because I got another case. These are different. Again, these are not expensive. I'm going to explain why I bought so many of them. You might think that I don't need that many, but I do now. I do have many. Here we go. Same thing, 16 of them. Now, there's a few good reasons to buy more than I need right now. You lose stuff sometimes. So, got extra ones for the bigger Tenkara rods and fly rods, you know, to put your tippet on, your leader or your line or whatever. Got 2 of these so I can have different rigs ready to go, and if, you know, so I'm never out of what I need. The biggest reason why I'm buying more than I need of stuff right now is because over the last 2 years, when I don't buy enough, a month later when I need more, it may or may not be on the shelf. There's been plenty of cases where it just wasn't there. So I'm not buying like tons to where I'm buying it out. I'm just buying like twice as much as I need. So later on, if it's not around, I still have stuff. Hopefully. I mean, I want things to change too, right? Go back to normal. Good luck. Now this is probably going to be, besides the box that the subscribers sent, this box I'm really excited to open. Very excited. This is from a website that I recently discovered. Some friends told me about it. Tenkara Bum. Yeah, you're right. And let me tell you, I was very impressed. Good prices. And I ordered a fair amount. Even though this is a small box, there's a fair amount in here. I ordered a fair amount. 2 hours later, the guy who runs the site, Christopher, who seems like a really nice guy, because afterwards I emailed him back and forth and we had conversations that way. 2 hours later, he'd shipped it. I ordered it. 2 hours later, it shipped. 2 days later, it's in my hands. Yeah, you're right. So, years ago, I would order stuff like this, international type stuff on Amazon. Well, there's really not much to choose from on Amazon in a lot of aspects of angling right now, so I'm having to go to these smaller sites. Some of them charge a lot more than I would want to pay. This one does not. This guy actually is a micro fishing angler. Whoa. Okay, so here's a little bag full of stuff. Wow. Here we go. You don't see what's in here, but that's what it is. These are leaders with hooks. Oh, there you go. You see the hooks right there? See how tiny they are? And they get even tinier. I got a fair amount of pre-tied leaders. These are Tonego hooks, but they can be used for other species. Look how small those are. Very, very tiny. And here's another. So I got 2 packs of that. That's just like what I just showed you. And I also purchased just loose hooks. Let's see what else is in here. These are very small leaders. They have a loop on them. I should have ordered some quick clips from them. Very tiny floats. More tiny floats. Yeah, you're right. That's not it. There's more. But there's so much on my leg right now. Give me a sec. And we're back. Just had to get that stuff put away. What do we got here? I saw this on their website and I wanted to try it. It is dappy fly larvae. Huh. They look like little translucent maggots. Thought I would try it out. It's just a whim. Bear with me. This I really wanted to get a hold of, and I've had a hard time finding it until I discovered Tenkara Bum, which is, I gotta tell you, is a good website. If you like Tenkara fishing, whether it's fly fishing, Tenkara fly fishing, or Tenkara micro fishing, there's a lot of good stuff there that it's just drying up because of shortages and whatnot. Now this is a paste bait is what that is, and I wanted to get this before it's all gone in the US market, and we can't get a hold of it easily because I wanted to figure out how to make my own. Now, on the back here, there is no ingredients listed in English, if there are ingredients at all. But after reading about this type of stuff, I believe I know what the base of it is going to be. It's going to be gluten. Wheat gluten is what I can get a hold of here. I don't know what gluten is in here, but it is a very glutinous powder in here, and it's 1-to-1. So you got 1 scoop and 1 scoop of water. You mix it, and then, well, we're going to show you in a fishing video. But yeah, I want to figure out how to make it. I believe this is garlic flavored, and it's for Tanago. It should work for a lot of micro species and other things as well. Is that it? That's it for that box. This is coming from Texas Tiger, and it's heavy. It is very, very heavy. The women who run the post office, they kept telling me, it's heavy, it's heavy, this is really heavy. Oh, wow, it's packaged good. I have no idea what is in here, but because of its weight and how it feels when I pick it up, it's anybody's good guess, right? You could take a really big guess. Oh, got us a letter right on top here. M. Hood. I already have a good idea of what's making it so heavy, because it kind of, I had a sneak peek there, I must admit. Woo. I had another sneak peek that I had to let a woo out for. Hey Mark, just wanted to send a small care package for you. Hope you can use most of it. Sorry for my sloppy handwriting. This is some lead I pour, still waiting on larger molds in the coffin style. Okay. And I will send more later. Really enjoy your vids. If you ever find yourself in South Carolina, look me up. Did I say this was coming from Texas? It was coming from Texas Tiger in South Carolina. I wonder, are you from Texas originally? Is that why you call yourself Texas Tiger? Or when I saw that Texas Tiger, I was like, is that a dude in Texas that is an LSU fan? All these questions. Look me up and I would be honored to fish with you. Yeah, I would be interested in fishing in South Carolina eventually. There's a lot of things there I've read about that sound interesting. Thank you so much, Texas Tiger. Yeah, you're right. All right, let's see what Texas Tiger sent us in this little care package that weighs a ton. Right on top, underneath the letter, cellophane bag full of goodies. Here we go. Got some octopus circle hooks here. Both of them are 8/0. Those are really cool. Once we get into spring, start throwing big baits again. What we got here? Irish green. I guess this is a gator. Neck gator. Oh. I bet you thought this was going to be all catfish stuff, didn't you? It is not. That's why I'm like, oh. Stuff for big stuff and stuff for little stuff. These are really cool. These are, it says crappie on the bag right there, as you can see, but they're this is a very interesting pour, this little soft plastic. Looks like it would be good on a 132. These are going to get my hands oily because I think they're oily, but I want to pull one out. I'm going to see if we can show this off to you. Check that out. That looks really interesting, really cool. I bet it's got some very sensitive action to that tail right there. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Because that's what's up. Already this month, I've been out way too many times looking for crappie. And, you know, each time I go out, I change the session to allow other things to happen, such as bullhead. I have not had luck. It's just been up and down. Same pour, different color. I went out last night, actually. It rained yesterday and the day before, so it was like 2 days of rain, and when it finally stopped raining yesterday, I went out looking for crappie and other things. I gave it 2 hours, and when the wind picked up and brought the temp down, because I hadn't had a bite since then, I decided to call it. I got home right after midnight. Earlier this month, about maybe a week after my birthday, I was out scouting an area and I wrecked the bike. I wasn't on the road. Now these are really cool. Chartreuse colored. Yeah, I wrecked the bike. I was off-roading. Front wheel went into a rut. I wasn't going fast, but I hit a rut that was hidden by high grass, and the wheel got lodged. Everything jackknifed on me. I was trying to control it and come out of it because I didn't want to wreck right there. I was so close to the water, I had nowhere else to go. It was either go straight ahead or off into the water. And I controlled it. It was like a controlled fall, but I got slammed to the ground. I broke my headlamp. I thought I was fine. I got right back up. I was like, what's going on with the bike? And saw that I dislocated some wires. I put them back together, but the wire to the headlamp I could not put back together. So I've had to order a new headlamp. I thought I was fine, honestly. Just got slammed down to the ground like this, hands first. Not too bad, but I was wrong, because the next day, actually after sunset, like the next night, I discovered how wrong I was. There we go. It took a few days to heal up after that, maybe 5. What was up was I injured my lower back, but I didn't realize it the day that I had the wreck. And I pulled a muscle in my hip and my groin. So yeah, it's amazing. Delayed reaction. Stuff happens. At least I didn't get slammed down onto concrete. Wow. There's even more in here. Those look interesting. There's 2 different kinds of pourers in there. There's a shad and then there's a tube. More of the same here. That is similar to what I've showed you already, but it's got ribs on it, and the same right there. And here we got Texas Tiger sent us one little black sockeye bait. Let's see. Is that it for in here? No, there's a couple more things. Woo! There's a lot of little soft plastics in here. That one looks interesting. That looks like a speckled trout bait, but it's a soft plastic, not graded for salt water. So if I did use that for trout, it would not last long, but I bet it would work. And there we go. There's the last little soft plastic. That's a lot of sockeye baits there, Texas Tiger. Thank you very much. Now to what made this box so heavy and had the women at the post office stammering a bit. Wow. So I'm going to show you what he was talking about when he said coffin. There's a lot of different weights in here, which I appreciate the fact that you got a 3/4 ounce lead right there. There's a few of those. There's 1.5 right there. I want to show you what he means by a coffin. That is the coffin style. Now, this is new to me. I've never seen a coffin style lead, but I bet it would work. I bet it wouldn't roll very much. It's kind of like a no roll, like a hybrid between a bank sinker and a no roll. And there's quite a few no rolls in here too. That's a 3 ounce. I think it looks like these are going to go from 3 ounces down to 3/4. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, guys, I have to go do some stuff with a vampire here soon. I'd like to get out and fish. I'd planned on fishing today, but errands and other things, maybe later tonight, but we'll see. We're not quite there for night fishing for crappie yet. I think it may be in another week to 2 weeks for this area. They're already catching them in other places in Louisiana, but not southeast Louisiana. All right, I got quite the mess on the floor here. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Sometimes January is just what this January has been. Years ago, our Januaries were warmer. And it seems like lately, the past, what, 2 or 3 years, our Januaries have been a little colder than usual. You know, a little more cold snaps, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's almost done. Winter isn't a super long thing here, but when it comes, you just have to sit down and wait sometimes. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.